Operation Diamond, the secret hunt for the MiG-21. The air was thick with tension in a dimly lit safe house in Tel Aviv. A group of Mossad agents sat around a wooden table, their eyes locked on a grainy satellite image. Across the Middle East, the Soviet Union's most advanced fighter, the MiG-21, ruled the skies, giving Israel's enemies an advantage. But Mossad had a plan. They would steal one. The mission was clear: locate a pilot willing to defect and bring his MiG-21 to Israel. After months of intelligence gathering, the name Munir Redfa, an Iraqi Air Force captain, surfaced. A Christian in a predominantly Muslim country, Redfa was growing disillusioned with the Iraqi regime. Mossad's psychological profilers saw an opportunity. In Paris, an undercover Mossad agent posing as a businessman arranged a meeting with an intermediary. The message was clear: a new life, wealth, safety for his family, all in exchange for the jet. But Redfa was no fool. He knew the consequences if caught in public execution, his family's lives at stake. He hesitated. Mossad, however, never failed to sweeten the deal. They offered to extract his entire family from Iraq safely. That was the turning point. Redfa agreed. Now, they had to execute the most dangerous part of getting the MiG-21 out of Iraq undetected. Redfa was scheduled for a training flight in northern Iraq near the Syrian border. That was their window. The plan was as audacious as it was risky. Redfa would take off from Habaniya Air Base, pretend to follow his training mission, then break away at full throttle towards Israel. But escaping Iraq's airspace was only half the challenge. Syrian radar operators and anti-air defenses were a deadly obstacle. One wrong move and the entire operation would be over in seconds. Mossad coordinated a distraction. An Israeli reconnaissance plane was sent to Syrian airspace to trigger air defenses, drawing attention away from Redfa's flight path. It was a game of deception, played at 40,000 feet. The day arrived. Redfa's heart pounded as he climbed into the cockpit. He was alone in this, one man against an entire military system. As he soared into the sky, his mind screamed, "Now or never!" With a sharp maneuver, he banked westward at supersonic speed. Immediately, Syrian radar stations picked up his movement. Warnings blared, fighter jets were scrambled, but Redfa had a head start. Pushing the MiG-21 to its limits, he streaked across the desert. Israeli radar stations picked him up. Within minutes, 2 Israeli Mirage jets were airborne to escort him. The moment he crossed into Israeli airspace, cheers erupted in Mossad headquarters. But there was still a risk that MiG-21's fuel was running low. If he didn't land soon, he would crash. The Israeli jets guided him to an airstrip in the Negev desert. As the MiG-21 touched down, the mission was complete. Redfa climbed out of the cockpit, shaking with adrenaline. A Mossad officer greeted him with a firm handshake. Operation Diamond was a success. The MiG-21 was reverse-engineered, giving Israel and its allies crucial insights into Soviet aircraft technology. Redfa's family was safely smuggled out of Iraq and given new identities. Days later, news broke. The world was stunned. The Soviet Union fumed. Iraq labeled Redfa a traitor. Israel had pulled off one of the greatest intelligence coups of the Cold War. The MiG-21 was tested rigorously, and its weaknesses were uncovered. The knowledge gained contributed to Israel's stunning victories in the Six-Day War of 1967, where the Israeli Air Force dominated the skies. As for Munir Redfa, he lived the rest of his life in secrecy, forever known as the pilot who delivered the enemy's deadliest weapon into the hands of its greatest rival.